friends. Welcome to Knittin in the Heights. I'm heading to work in Midtown this morning. Had a rough night. I'm still getting over this cold, and I'm at the stage where my body's trying to get rid of all the stuff in it that shouldn't be in it, and kept me up all night coughing. I did get some good solid sleep, but I just woke up too early, had a hard time getting back to sleep, that kind of thing. Anyhow, let's see what we get up to today. I am successfully home from work. It's about 6:30 at night, and we had like a happy hour at work today. They do that once a month. Every other Thursday during the month they feed us lunch, but today they had happy hour, and so I grabbed an empanada and some maduros for dinner. And it's funny, like I had 2 maduros and 1 tiny empanada. I was absolutely full, actually, because I had a big salad for lunch. But yeah, so I've already had dinner, and it was rather tasty. I don't know that I'll have anything else to eat tonight. Last night, because I'm coughing everything out of my body right now from this cold. And I don't do well with excessive coughing because it can trigger my gag reflex, which is gross. And last night it did several times, which is not cool. So yeah, so I may not eat tonight. If I do, it'll be just a little something in maybe an hour, and it would be something very small. I'm trying to stay away from dairy because I'm trying to clear stuff out, like mucus out of my sinus cavities and stuff in my lungs. But I wanted to give everybody an update on the weather in New York City. It's almost fall. You can tell, like, it's getting dark earlier and getting light later in the morning. Oh, the angels are singing. It is so much nicer here in New York, at least today. It was a little drizzly when I came out of the office, which you'll see in a little bit. Or you may have already seen it. I think I'll just do this in order I film it tonight. Yeah, so it was kind of drizzly and almost cold, almost chilly. So I didn't have any, I had a sleeveless shirt on because it's still super humid. And the subways are hot. But yeah, it was really pleasant to walk in New York City today. So I did want to give an update about the Knit Along with Josh. Since I got sick and his family's coming into town, we have decided to kind of push it off just a little bit. So if you're interested in joining us, let us know down below. We are going to still go to Woolen, but it won't be until September. So, yeah. So, and that's fine because, I mean, I have a sweater to finish. He started another tank top sweater. He's like a knitting machine these days. So anyhow, I want to finish my So Faded anyway. And that way I don't have to get new needles, which would be nice. I could get new needles, but I don't have to get new needles. So we are going to be doing that. So sometime in September. So I'll give you an update as we get closer. And then what else is going on? Oh, I've been getting my installments for my advent calendar. So I'm buying monthly installments for the Green Lambkin Yarns advent calendar. And I just got, I think, last month's. So I think August might have been the last month. I can check real quick, actually, because you get 3 mini skeins per month, which is cool. In fact, I need to review it. Yeah, so let's see. It's 5, month 5. 5 times 3, 15. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close. So I need to, so I bought the August month already, and I think I just need to wait for September's to drop, and I think that's the whole thing. Let me think. So 3, yeah, that's 15. So this next month is 18. Maybe it's October. I don't know. Anyway, it's Christmas around the world, and I kind of love the fact that she's doing these, you know, these like smaller Advent portions, because right now that's a lot more affordable. And there was 1 month's shipment that never made it to me, and I just contacted Suzanne on Etsy and let her know, and she was so gracious. She sent out another version in the next month's installment. So I'm gonna have a complete Advent calendar. So Suzanne's great. Her yarn is beautiful. I have other yarn of hers, and I've given that yarn to people as well. So highly recommend, everybody. Highly recommend. I also have one other Advent calendar I'm getting. It is also through a shop on Etsy. So let me take a look at it. It is a stitch marker Advent calendar from Firefly Notes. Let me see if they have any more left. They do have some more left. It is the 2023 Firefly Notes Stitch Marker Advent Calendar, and it will be shipped actually September 1st. So the theme is Fairy World and the Night Sky, which is super exciting. I'm really excited to get these. I think that'd be really, really cool. I do love a fairy. So I think that'll be really fun. Anyhow, tonight's gonna be knitting. I think we're gonna watch some more Lord of the Rings. Last night I watched The Two Towers. I fell asleep right before the end, but that's fine. I know these movies. So I'm gonna move on to The Return of the King and try to finish out the set this week. And yeah, it's all the comfort TV and comfort knitting. So yeah, tomorrow I have a really big, it's our first teacher artist orientation of the year. This is gonna be a lot of people. I think it's like 23 people are coming. So we're expanding this year. I probably have talked about this. So pre-pandemic, we had 300 kiddos. Then we lost about 100 kids because of the pandemic, because we went online and some of the kids just didn't have access to programming because they didn't have either their instruments or, sorry about my hand's getting tired. They didn't either have their instruments or a reliable way to interact with our programming online. So then once we reopened and we went back to schools, we continued online for the last 2 years. We're actually stopping that now because we're fully reopened. We do have one class that'll be online. It's our only composition class that we offer. But so the year we reopened, within 4 months, we expanded, like we exploded to 1,000 students. We were not expecting that. We were expecting hopefully 300 students again. So to 1,000 students, so that's huge growth, right? That's over tripling the size of the program in a 4-month period. And then, so it's like all the schools I was talking to pre-pandemic and even schools that we weren't expecting came out of the woodworks, and we started to do in-school programming as well as after-school programming. And the reason for that was there was extra funding from both the government as well as the city in arts programming to help kids come back, because they understood that the mental health toll of COVID that kids would need an outlet and something to help with their social emotional learning, and music education is social emotional learning education. I mean, music is basically emotions via sound, and connecting to those emotions. So we had that expansion, and last year we held pretty close to those numbers. It wasn't quite 1,033. I think it was like 980 something, you know, so it was really, really close. As of September 11th, wait for it, we're gonna have over 3,000 students in our programs. Yes, we're tripling again. And so tomorrow, and the big part of that is where we started going in school, we're serving that entire district in school. It's a charter school network. And so instead of serving 2 schools during the school day and 1 school after school, we will be serving all 7 schools K through 8 in the school day. And one of the things that have been really fun for me is I got to design the entire curriculum. And so with this expansion means more staff, means a lot more teaching artists. And with more staff, like senior level staff, basically I found out that it's hard, like it's not really promotion because I'm doing the same stuff, but I'm actually doing less of some stuff, which is kind of cool. And I can really focus my energy on the things I was hired for, and which is going to be like hiring quality teachers and teaching mentors, hiring substitute teachers as well. And then our curriculum, like really designing our curriculum and programs and getting the ball rolling with new and existing sites each year, as well as all the data collection and evaluations of students. So yeah, I've got my hands full. So tomorrow we are training 23 of like the 26 or 27 teaching artists that are going to be at that school or those schools. So there's 7 of those schools, and at each school there's like about 7 to 8 teaching artists. It's a lot of people. The reason it's not like an exorbitant number is like many people have multiple assignments because we can do that. So, you know, a lot of the teaching artists have 2 or more assignments. So that's kind of cool. And it helps the teaching artists because they don't normally get to secure that many hours teaching. It makes their lives a little bit more stable, especially in this time of rising costs in New York City. So anywho, so I have that tomorrow. And then on Sunday, and I will take you along to this, I will show you the outside and maybe give you some thoughts after, but I've been invited to speak at Juilliard and to train their teaching interns, basically. They're called fellows, some of whom end up working for me, actually, during the year in some of our programming. So I'm going to train them on what does it mean to be a great teaching assistant, and how do you actually lesson plan, why is it important, all that stuff. And, you know, like what the next steps could be for them in their career if they choose after they graduate to go into teaching artistry. So I have this really nice presentation that I put together already, and yeah, I've been invited to speak at Juilliard. That's pretty cool. Actually kind of a big deal for me because I auditioned for Juilliard. I didn't get in. I actually auditioned twice and did not get in. That's okay. I'm not bitter at all. But it's kind of cool to be at that caliber now. If you don't know Juilliard, the Juilliard School is one of the most recognized music and, arts conservatories in the United States. It's like, if you know of an arts conservatory in the United States, you've probably heard of Juilliard. And a lot of actors also go to Juilliard, and dancers. But it's right in, it's kind of like the beginning of the Upper West Side. Lincoln's right by Lincoln Center, right by where the New York Philharmonic plays and the Metropolitan Opera and the New York City Ballet. Like, they all live in this complex with the Juilliard School, which is super cool. So I'm going to do that. Not the first time I've given a presentation like this to a conservatory. I've given presentations for the Manhattan School of Music, which is also one of the big 3 conservatories in New York City. And for a smaller school of music here in New York, that's in Queens, is the Aaron Copland School of Music at Queens College. But, I've given presentations all over the country when it comes to like stuff dealing with teaching. But now this is kind of where my career is going because of this growth too. So that's kind of exciting for me. And exciting that I'm, considered part, like I'm being elevated a little bit at work. I don't know if I'm going to get a title change, but my title may go from Director of Education to Senior Director of Education. That is the buzz that's going around. The guy that worked under me before, he did get a promotion. He is a director of programming now. He's doing all the after school programming. So he doesn't report to me anymore, which is kind of interesting. I actually don't have any direct reports. I mean, technically through our employment company, I do, but they all kind of report to people below me now, which is interesting. So yeah, that's kind of where things are going. And now that I've rattled on for over 13 minutes, I'm going to get to knitting. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.